Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott and this is another My Bourbon Journey review. So if you're new to this channel and you're looking for reviews of different whiskeys, generally bourbons or rye, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also go ahead and hit the bell notification. That will let you know when I'm uploading new videos and or doing a live stream. So today I'm going to be doing a review of the Colonel ehtaylor small batch. So this is just one of the products or another product of Buffalo Trace in the ehtaylor line. So there are several products of which most people are probably familiar with. The small batch is the probably most readily available and easy one, or easier one to get, depending on where things are kind of allocated. I know it really kind of is all over the board with that, but this one is generally readily available in most states for the most part. So I figured with it being something that generally everybody can get a hold of, I thought I would go ahead and do a review of that today. So I have taken some notes prior. One other thing, I'm not adding any water to this. I have added water in the past, and for me it didn't really do much. So I thought I would just give the straight review of it neat, without any water being added. But again, for your own reference, you know, maybe you would enjoy a couple drops of water in there, but I'm not going to do that today. So why don't we go ahead and get into the review. Again, this is the Colonel ehtaylor small batch. This is 100 proof or 50% ABV. Approximate cost on this in my area, about 35 US. And again, this was one that's generally pretty available. So why don't we go ahead and we'll get into the review. First, I'm going to get into the appearance. We'll go through the nose, the taste, and then the finish part of it. So as you can see, it's a really nice kind of amber color. Non-age stated, so we don't know the age, but I'm guessing this is probably anywhere from 6 to maybe 8 years or so. We know with it being a bottled in bond, we know it's at least going to be 4 years old, so we know that. But again, it's 100 proof, 50% ABV, and anyway, so yeah, really nice amber color. We'll get into the nose. So again, I did take some notes the other night, but so the first thing you get with this is a little bit of oak. Not much burn or heat or anything like that I'm taking in. A nice kind of an orange zest type of nose to that. Definitely some caramel that's there. The vanilla. Definitely some dark fruits are there. Like a dark or a heavy cherry. Like a real cherry, not like maraschino or anything like that, but just a nice kind of like dark fruit type note. A little bit of cinnamon, kind of some nutmeg that's there as well. Really nice nose. It's real typical of kind of the ehtaylor line. I get a lot of the same profiles off of a lot of their bourbons. Let's go ahead and we'll get into the taste. Cheers. So what I like to do with most of the bourbons is get the palate coated a little bit to try to do a taste or a review based on the first sip is generally not very fair to the whiskey that you're tasting. So by getting the palate coated a little bit, now you're ready for the second or third taste. It gives you a better idea of really more of the flavor profile. So up front, with it being 100 proof, a slight amount of heat, you know, just enough, something that lets it know or lets you know that, you know, it is a little bit up there in proof, but you get a nice kind of oakiness to it. There is still some of that orange zest, a little bit of cinnamon. Definitely some of the vanillas and the caramels, a lot of the typical bourbon notes. A little bit of kind of leather, kind of a little bit of leather note to that as well. It's a bit on the dry side, so after you've kind of taken a sip, wants to leave your mouth with a little bit of that dry feeling. So I know it's kind of an interesting term, but it feels like after you've kind of had a couple sips that it's starting to kind of dry out your mouth a little bit. Leaves a really nice finish on this. I would say probably the medium side, relatively sweet. The finish part of it, you know, medium or so at best, I would say. That leather that's there, there's a little bit of sweetness that's there. That kind of the corn kind of starts to come out a little bit. That oak is still there. It's a really nice finish, not super sweet, about medium, like I said before, but a really nice finish to it. Just a really easy sipping bourbon. So if it's one that you can get, you know, I would highly recommend, you know, picking this up. And in my area, again, for $35, I mean, that's, you know, pretty close to the bottom scale in terms of something that you're going to be able to find that's readily available. You know, there are less expensive bourbons that, you know, people don't have a problem with, you know, enjoying every day. But in terms of, you know, something that's got, you know, a good quality, good flavor, good profile to it, you know, this has kind of become that lower end range. But, you know, it doesn't drink like a bottom shelf or a low end bourbon by any means. So, you know, don't confuse that with it being like bottom shelf. It's not that at all. So, you know, I don't know if I'd want to necessarily recommend it for cocktails, but at 100 proof, you know, it would hold up, you know, great in those, you know. And for $35, I mean, it's not like you're killing, you know, a bottle that you can't make some cocktails with. But again, this is a really nice sipping bourbon. Again, this is their small batch, so something that's really available. Like I said before, this is a Buffalo Trace product. They've got several products, you know, in their lineup. Several of the ehtaylor lineup. So this is the entry into that. So it's basically the small batch. They've got the single barrel. They've got the barrel proof. They've got the rye. Those are the ones that are, for the most part, available. The barrel proof, not really. The single barrel you can find on occasion in places. The small batch and rye are probably the two easiest to find. So again, as far as my recommendation for this, definitely pick it up. It's a fantastic bourbon, solid drinker, you know, easy to sip on, would probably be great in cocktails. If you want something that's a little bit on the sweeter side, you know, go ahead and pick this up. But again, fantastic bourbon. So I guess with that being said, you know, hopefully everybody's enjoying the reviews. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed. I'm now up over almost 560, so I really appreciate everybody subscribing. I'm really trying to grow the channel and hope everybody's appreciating them. So like I said in the beginning, you know, go ahead and you know, like the video, leave me comments. I try to respond to every video or every question or comment that's placed. I really enjoy the interaction with everybody. A lot of the guys I see, the same people leaving comments, so hopefully we'll be able to generate a few more people and leaving comments. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification. Again, like I said, that's going to leave, or that's going to update you as to when I'm releasing new videos and or if I'm doing a live stream. So again, I appreciate everything. So with that being said, we'll see you next time. Cheers.